When you travel to Thailand, especially Pattaya, many unexpected things can happen. The story is submitted by John, a 52-year-old American. He has recently finalized a painful divorce and hit rock bottom in life. He has decided to go on a solo trip to Thailand to refresh his outlook on life. He's a construction worker who's always dreamed of visiting Southeast Asia, but never could make it because of his jealous ex-wife. John lands in Bangkok and instantly feels the city's bustling streets, grand temples, and friendly locals. After a few days of sightseeing, it became boring without any female company. At one night out, he sees this beautiful shy girl. John walks over to her and starts a conversation. Her English is very basic and limited to a few words. But John starts to feel a kind of connection where no words needed. She says in her broken English that her name is Noi, 28 years old. She works as a waitress in a restaurant. Today is John's lucky day because it's her day off. They spend a fun night out together and ending up in John's hotel room. The bedroom fun was amazing as well. Noi don't ask any money from John, which makes him even more confident that Noi is an honest girl and not just after his money. The next days are amazing and John showering Noi with small gifts and some cash. It feels right cause Noi really takes good care of John. He even forget about her job as a waitress, which she just said that she quit already, that Noi can spend all the time with John. She assures John that he is the love of her life and that she wants to spend all her life with him. Few days after, Noi getting more and more calls on her phone, which John can't understand, cause it's in Thai language. This is when the nightmare starts. The mood and attitude of Noi is changing rapidly. She says that her family is pushing her because their house burned down and they have nowhere to go. Why he does not help her family if he loves her so much. She asked about 35,000 baht to John, then all the problems will be finished and the two can continue their happy life together. John was really hesitate about it, but he brashes of his worries and gave it to Noi, which makes her happy again. But that happiness lasts just for one day. On the next day, Noi was asking for 500,000 baht as a dowry payment to get married. Then Noi's family will approve John and they can move together to America. That hit John like a rock on his head. He can't understand why Noi was changing in such a bad way. Is it maybe not the true love which he was already sure about it? Noi became more and more angry since John did not give yet the 500,000 baht. Noi told John that he is such a bad man, he will get many problems in Thailand if he doesn't pay the 500,000 baht. For that, she will make sure of it. Noi even destroyed the apartment which John rented. John really started to worry and didn't know what to do anymore. It came to his mind that his only chance to get out of that desperate situation to leave Bangkok in a flash, when Noi is not around him. This is what John did. He sent Noi to the market to buy food, because he does not feeling well. As soon as Noi left the apartment, John went out straight to the next bus station on the way to Pattaya, a city known for its nightlife and social scene. He is sure that in Pattaya he will not fall for a bar girl or the freelancers there. He was sure he already learned his lesson. As soon John arrives in Pattaya, he can't believe his eyes that so many girls looking and smiling at him. John feels instant 30 years younger, like in the prime of his life. At his first night in Pattaya, John is at a beachside bar when he sees this young beautiful shy girl. He put himself together and go over to approach her. He asks for her name and she answers with her little English knowledge. "My name is Nang, you very handsome man." Nang asking if she can join him. She explains that she works as a part waitress in the bar. Only waitress, no bar fine. She says that she only works in a bar because helping her family, which is living in Nisayan, a province near Pattaya where many bar girls coming from, which John didn't know yet at this time. They talk for hours, and John is impressed by Nang's humble nature and beauty. She asks about his life and shares stories of her own hardships. As the night ends, she gives him her phone number and they agree to meet again. She wants to take it slow because she is not an easy girl like the other girls working in the bar. Over the next days, John and Nang's connection getting deeper. They go on dates, explore the beaches, and talk about life, love, and dreams. Nang never asks money from John, which makes him even faster fallen in love with Nang. John forgot all his bad experiences in Bangkok with the last girl. so John extended his stay in Pattaya for a couple weeks more. Nang even takes John to meet her friends, which further build his trust in her. John feels alive in ways he hasn't felt in years, and he begins to consider the possibility of a serious relationship. Finally, it comes to bedroom fun, and it's amazing if you know what I mean. It can't get better for John, he has in his mind. Nang seems like the perfect girl that he always dreamed of. He thinks she is so much different like the last girl. But Nang starts hinting at some of her personal struggles, mentioning her mother's poor health and their inability to afford proper treatment. She doesn't directly ask for money, but the details are heartbreaking. John offers to help with her mother's medical bills, giving a few $100s, convinced he's making a meaningful difference in her life and will not hurt him financially. Nang continues to share her worries with John, slowly pulling him deeper into her life. She claims that her family's farm is in dire need of repairs, which would prevent them from losing the land. She expresses embarrassment over her need for help, and John reassures her that he helps her and will be always there for her. John is already overhead in love with Nang and ignores some obvious red flags. John offers Nang 15,000 baht monthly allowance if she can leave the work in the bar then, while John is back in his country. Nang agreed happily, and John thought that's the perfect solution. He couldn't know at this point what kind of nightmare will happen over the next months. After John went back to America for work, as the weeks pass, Nang becomes even more attentive. She sends daily texts, pictures, and videos, and the two have video calls multiple times every day. She starts talking about marriage and how she'd love to build a life with him in the US, adding to John's excitement. Nang's money requests become more frequent and higher amounts, with increasingly urgent needs. John is slowly drained of his savings, but he believes the money is going to a future with her. His family and friends notice his growing obsession with Nang and try to warn him, but he brushes off their concerns, confident that he has found love of his life, and Nang is a truthful person. As John's finances grow tight, he begins noticing small inconsistencies in Nang's stories. When he asks about her family, she sometimes contradicts previous details or gives vague answers. More often, she does not pick up the phone and don't text back for hours. John is getting more and more worried. It affects him dramatically. He can't understand why Nang's attitude changed so much over the last weeks. His suspicion begins to grow, and he decides to research online, where he reads about similar romance scams, still refusing to think that can be in his case as well. Nang is a good person, sure she don't have bad intentions with me. But John's concern's getting bigger, and it's affecting his life. He confronts Nang about his concerns, but she tearfully explains over the phone everything, claiming she has been under immense stress and didn't mean to seem dishonest. She manages to reassure John, playing on his feelings and saying that she couldn't bear losing him. John's doubts fade, and he continues to support her. Finally, after depleting a significant portion of his savings, John reaches a point where he cannot send any more money. Nang becomes increasingly distressed and starts ignoring his calls. Desperate to see her and to find out what's really going on, he decides to surprise her in Pattaya. He scratched together his last savings and went to Pattaya, first wanted to surprise Nang in her apartment, for which he is paying. But when he arrives in Pattaya, a neighbor tells him Nang has left and that she was often seen with other foreigners. John went to the bar where Nang was working as a waitress, hoping to find her there and that her neighbors just telling lies about her. The bar manager told him that recently, a foreigner bought her out off-tea bar and Nang said she will get married and moving to UK with her new husband. Shocked, John realizes that he has been deceived. He tries to contact her again, but her phone is disconnected and she has disappeared entirely. John could not believe that all her feelings were not true. He can't accept that and feels even worse then after his divorce. Devastated, John returns to the US, grappling with intense shame, heartbreak, and financial loss. John reflects on his experience, recognizing the red flags he ignored due to his loneliness and vulnerability. He hopes that at least his story serves as a warning to others about the dangers of trusting a bar girl in Pattaya. John wrote to us, "I still can't believe that I made my story public, but it helps me to heal from that experience. Thanks for sharing my story on your channel and to everybody who listened to it. After all that nightmare, I am still hoping to find the true love. I am hoping to get some advice from you guys, how you would handle such situation, and if you would travel again to Thailand. What do I need to change to find my true love and don't get fooled again? Thanks guys for listening. If you like to submit your story, please send it to the email below. See you in the next video. Take care.